Hey guys, I hope you're all well. It's DJ Simz here and welcome to my YouTube channel. So let me not lie, I never do stuff like this on my channel, but I am about to change that. I would love to talk about certain topics which I strongly feel about, and today I'm going to be talking about online bullying and online hate. Now, this is something I personally go through, and I thought, let me speak about it. Let me speak about how I deal with it, cope with it, and all of that, and hoping it can help someone because, to be honest, we all must go through it. I know I'm not the only one out there, but I don't feel like it's spoken enough. Now, social media is an amazing place, especially since lockdown, to keep in touch with people, to promote your business, to just anything. Like, it's an amazing place. Like, that's how I grew. I grew on social media. It really helped kick my career off. Now, there is that side, but there's also the negative side, which people may not see as often, and that is the online hate you can get, the online bullying. And you may not see it as bullying, but trust me, it is. And I just want to talk about it. Now, also, one thing is, the other day I was scrolling through Instagram, I wasn't having the best day, a little bit of a down day, and I saw a post from BBC Asian Network, and it was actually an interview with Priyanka Chopra, and oh my god, she was talking about it, and it just lifted my mood. She was talking about it, the hate she gets, and I was like, I'm not the only one, and I would love to help somebody else, so here I am, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing I want to touch on is being an Asian female in a very male-dominated industry. Now, what my initial thoughts were when I first started DJing is, what are people going to think of me? And like, if you really deep it, do you know how sad that is? That we live in a generation and a society where that was my first thought. Like, I'm a female and there's not many female DJs. Whenever I've been to a wedding, a club, anywhere that a DJ could be, I have never in my life seen a female DJing, and I was like, this isn't, surely, like, it's not the normal thing to do. Of course, I had people I looked up to that were females, such as Maya Jama and Tiffany Calvar. They're my inspirations, they still are. But yeah, I was like, okay, I personally haven't seen any, this is clearly not the normal thing. And for me, that was like very hard. So for example, when I posted my first DJing video, I was like very scared of people's opinions. But I overcame that, you know, we've moved on from that, but it was obviously very scary. And when things I have realised since I started in March 2020 till now, nearly a year later, I have actually realised, number one, don't care what people think. It doesn't get you anywhere, and there is so much potential you can have. And if you care what people think, like, you are potentially ruining all of your potential because you're scared of what people are going to think. So just don't do it, 'cause, like, as soon as you get rid of it, you will just be flying, trust me. Number two, you can get taken advantage of. Like, let's be real, like, people trying to get in touch with me thinking, oh, she's just a female DJ, she doesn't know anything, like, you know, she's a young girl, like, I can just say this and get away with it. That is another thing I've really noticed. For example, people trying to book me, they think, oh, she doesn't know what she's on about, like, let me just DM her and she won't care. And you have got to stand your ground. Like, as a female, you have got to stand your ground. Like, you can't let these people take advantage of you just because you're a female. And I feel like that is something which I was maybe a bit naive to when I first started, but I realised that over time. And the third thing I would say about how it's been for me personally is, people are going to have more opinions on you than somebody else. For example, you are not a real DJ, you're a fake DJ. Would you say that to a male? No, you wouldn't. Would you say that to a male DJ? No, I've never seen anybody say that to a male DJ. Like, it's not on, and this needs to change, because I'm telling you now, there are a lot of female DJs that I've seen come through, big up you guys. We are actually better than the males, some male DJs. Like, let's not get it twisted. There is no superior person. We are all DJs. no matter whether you're male or female. It's something I feel really strongly about because I have personally had comments saying, oh, you're not a real DJ, oh, you're a female, you can't be doing that. Yes, I can. Yes, I can, and I'm doing it, and I'm gonna make a career out of it. So, yes, if you are a female looking to do something that is not the typical thing to do it and go for it, and you will definitely shine whilst doing it, because trust me, there is no superior, and it just needs to change. It needs to change. So yeah, that is the first thing I wanted to touch on. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is how to deal with opinions from people. Potentially thousands and thousands, like all the people who follow me, I love you, I actually love you. Subscribe to me, I just support me, I can't stress enough, like I love you all. So out of the, like for example on Instagram I've got about 30k, out of that like the 1% of people are not very nice. You could get like 1,000 good comments, 100 good comments, 50 good comments, but if you have one negative comment, realistically that comment is gonna unfortunately stick in our minds. It's just the way that like humans like work. It's just, you know, it's gonna stick with us, isn't it? So I want to talk about how I deal with it. So first thing, I block. I straight away block them. Like, there is no need to have them in your life. There's no need to argue. There is no need to reply. You just need to block them. The only one thing I would say is sometimes I have replied if I've been a bit angry. I've just replied, I haven't said anything rude, but I just replied to back my case. And that is okay sometimes to get it off your chest, but I would recommend just blocking straight away and not even giving them the time of the day, because they don't deserve the time of the day, trust me that. Another way I like to look at it, and I actually saw this somewhere, I can't remember where I saw it, but yeah, I can't remember where I saw it, but I saw somebody say, the person who was taking the time out to just write a silly comment on your page has literally written that comment and gone about the rest of their day as normal. Just carried on like with whatever they're doing. They haven't even thought about that comment again. So why should we, the people receiving the comment, why should I think about it and dwell on it the rest of my day? I shouldn't. Like, when I read that and saw that, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. They're just going about their day. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just going about their day, not even thinking about what they wrote. So I'm not going to sit there and dwell on it, and that is an amazing way to put it. So that is something I recommend. Another thing is, if it does catch you on a bad day, which personal experience it has actually caught me on bad days sometimes, and I'll actually sit there and think, is this the right thing I'm doing? Like, you know, why are people saying this? I've had comments which reoccur a lot saying, oh, she uses pre-mixes, this is not even her DJing, she's using somebody else's mix, she's a fake DJ, she can't DJ, like, WTF is this? And I do sit there and think, wow, like, am I doing the right thing? And it will be the 1% of people, but it does make you think, and it's not good for people's mental health at all. So it needs to stop, like, it really needs to stop. If you don't have something nice to say, moral of the story, don't say it. And yeah, I would honestly say, like, it can affect you, and especially if it catches you on a bad day. And those are just some ways I deal with it. I block them. Think like, you know, they're going about their day, why can't I go about my day? Don't let it sit in your mind. Think about the other 50 positive comments you've got. Another way is talk to people. Now, I used to just keep it in me, like, you know, I wouldn't even tell anyone, I wouldn't speak about it, and I'm so blessed to have like a really good family who support me, and like people around me, like big up all of you guys. I have realised talking about it and getting my mind off it instantly helps straight away. As soon as I start laughing about it, I honestly, like, I can't even remember. I'll be like, oh, why was I even upset about it? Do you know what I mean? Like, laugh about it. They have got nothing better to do in their life other than watch you and put you down. Like, they must be so sad. Do you know what I mean? Like, laugh it off. So those are some ways I like to go about it. restrict people, block people. That's the main way, I would say. You don't need them in your life. They don't, you know what I mean? Like oh my god, guys, you'd be surprised. Half the people, I see a hate comment and I'll click on their profile, because sometimes I like to see, you know, who's saying this about me. It says follow back. Like, these people are actually following you and they're gonna hate. It's just embarrassing. So yeah, those are some tips about how I like to overcome it. Okay, so now I really want to touch on something, and you guys might be a little bit shocked, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So most of the hate, the little hate that I get, most of it, well actually I would probably say about 99% of it, so like literally all of it, is actually from the Asian community. And that actually makes me really upset that my own community, me being an Asian female, my own community is bashing me and putting me down. Like, do you know how like upsetting that is? It's something I actually want to speak about because I see it all the time. A lot of other Asian DJs hate on me. They publicly put on their stories my videos or anything about me and will write things about it like, oh, WTF is this. Somebody actually once said, guys, let's play a game. How many like swear word ups can you see in this video? And that is actually really sad. Like, number one, that you're doing that. Do you know what? They were not the first. Like, a lot of people had done that, and they all happen to be Asians, Asian DJs, and Asian people in general, and it is actually just so weird. It's just so weird, but it's also upsetting to see that my own community is going to bash me and put me down, and I feel like that is not spoken about enough. And that is something that I saw Priyanka Chopra speak about in her interview on the Asian Network, and I was like, wow, that's so relatable. It's just sad. It's a sad truth, but on the other hand, I have a lot of the Asian community supporting me, and I appreciate you all that do support me. But it's just sad that, you know, it happens to be the Asian community that will bash me. I think it's quite common, as I've heard a lot of other, I actually had just Priyanka Chopra speak about it, but I'm sure like a lot of other people go through it, and if you are going through it, you are not the only one. Trust me, you're not the only one, but just always remember that it's a minority, it's not the majority. So yeah, I really wanted to touch on that, and it's just sad. And I actually really wanted to speak about this certain a few comments I got from somebody, and she actually was an Asian female. She was an Asian door player, a female, and she happens to be you know, quite a lot older than me, and she was publicly, not even just to me, she was publicly hating on me on her story, on my comments and everything. And I just found it really funny in a way, because on her Instagram and everything, she had videos and like quotes and blah 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 of her saying like, you know, Asian females, like supporting Asian females, bigging them up, saying like, you know, she probably has to go through hate herself, she's an Asian door player, female, like, and I just find it so hypocritical. It's just, you know, do you know what I mean? Practice what you preach. Like, she was there talking about inspiring like Asian females and all of this and supporting, but then she was there bashing me publicly, not even just to me, like publicly on her story. But do you know what? I'm glad she did that, because people then saw her true colours. So yeah, just always remember though, these people, you've just always got to remember this, they are just sad. They are actually sad to be doing that. They have nothing better to do, and if you're going to put someone down, it's not going to get you anywhere in life. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on a few of those things. Okay, so I did put on my Instagram story the other day, like, if you have a question related to the topic, let me know, and I will reply to it in my video. The main question that kept like reoccurring was how I deal with it and overcome it, and I have actually spoken about this, but I'm just going to like summarise it again and give some tips. Number one, remember you are not alone. You are not alone, and you can feel so alone. Like, trust me, I've been there. You can feel so alone, but you are not. Like, speak to someone, whoever that may be, like your family, like your sister, your brother, like your closest friend, anyone. Like, just speak to them about it, because I'm telling you now, it was one of the best things I did. And distracting yourself, like distracting myself, was honestly the best thing I could have done. I also recommend blocking. Block. Just block them, like you don't need them in your life. A third thing is always remember that they are so sad and have nothing better to do. There is a reason they are hating, because you are shining and they don't want to see you shine. So just remember that you're shining. And the last thing I would say is speak about it, like publicly. Just speak about it publicly. I'm not saying bait them out, because you don't want to lower down to that standard. Like, do you know what I mean? You don't want to be arguing, getting into arguments, but publicly speak about it, just like I am making this video now. Not enough people do it, so if you feel like you're comfortable to do it, honestly just do it. It will get it off your chest and you'll feel a lot better. So those are my tips and advice for you guys, and if you actually want to get in touch with me and have a conversation about it, feel free, because I would love to speak to you guys about it. So you can DM me on Instagram at djsimz.x, and I'll happily have a conversation with you guys about it. And I can even give you tips, like, just if you don't want to, like, speak to anybody else, you can speak to me. I'm here for you guys. Okay, so I think I've kind of like come to the end of everything I want to speak about. Thank you guys for watching and sending me like questions. I pretty much covered it all already. That was the main one I kept seeing as well. So I just want to thank you all who actually do support me, which is the majority of you. And I will want to know what you guys want to see next. Like, I had a lot of people asking me to do like a day in the life of like DJ Simz, and I just thought that'd be like quite cool. I was thinking maybe doing like a week, so like not just a day, but like a week in the life of DJ Simz. Like, who would want to see that? Let me know in the comments. And for now, I do go live every Saturday, so catch me and my sister Skin Maps, aka Pav, there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it helped somebody, and thank you all for watching. I will see you in my next video.